I can't not, forgive the double negative, I know you're a writer, talk about Dopesick, which became a limited series, spectacularly done. Michael Keaton and others were just brilliant, I think, in bringing these stories to life. What you do so well is to explain how the addict becomes the addict. You liked the telling. I mean, sometimes writers don't love the way their books or their work, but you liked this, didn't you?
I loved it. And I was very involved in the fact that if people see an A-list actor who's a doctor like Michael Keaton, having a tough time getting on methadone and becoming a doctor again, getting on Suboxone, which is, both of those drugs are evidence-based treatments, because addiction is a chronic relapsing disease and people can get better if we make these medicines. That was probably my biggest contribution to the show, was convincing the showrunner, Danny Strong, who is wonderful, and the rest of the writers that we can really change the narrative about how this should be handled. As an example, right after the show came out, one of the writers in our room lives in New York City and was standing in line at a CVS, and he had a Hulu mask on. It was still COVID. And this woman standing behind him said, "Have you seen that new show, Dopesick?" And he's like, "Yeah, I kind of worked on it." She goes, "I watched that show, and for the first time in 3 years, I called my addicted son." I get goosebumps just retelling that story. Danny was all up for that storyline. He wanted to make sure we knew who the real perpetrators were, but also how to help people get out of it.